voice dropping to a dramatic register. You have played a brilliant game. You are now facing the 50,000-pound question. These lights will turn to gold. And if you get this right, you'll be answering the 100,000-pound question. But beware, you have lost your shot in the dark option. You only have your LS remaining. Dell licked his dry lips. 50 grand. It was enough to pay off the inland revenue and save the flat. It was salvation. Bring it on, Jonathan. Lovely jubbly. For 50,000 pounds, here it is, Jonathan read from his card. Which classical guitarist wrote the opera The Child and the Enchantment? Was it Ravel, Segovia, or Rodrigo? Dell's heart sank to his shoes. He knew the price of a knockoff video recorder. He knew how to charm a barmaid. But classical guitarists were a foreign language. I think I know this one. Jonathan. Dell bluffed, buying time. I think it's Ravel. Or, I keep thinking it could be Segovia. Then again, it might be Rodrigo. Well, Derek, you're right. It's definitely one of those three. Jonathan deadpanned, drawing a laugh from the audience. In that case, Jonathan, I'm going to have to use my old SOS, aren't I? I think that's probably wise. Who would you like to be your savior tonight? Derek. My brother, Rodney. He's at home in our flat, taking care of a bit of business. He's got to GCEs, you know, brain box of the family. Back in Nelson Mandela House, Rodney, still wearing his absurd Russell Crowe gladiator outfit, was pacing the floor in a foul mood. The phone rang. He snatched it up, expecting it to be Mickey Pierce calling to mock him again. Hello, Rodney barked. Hello, is that Rodney? A smooth, professional voice asked. Yes. Right. This is Jonathan Ross at the Gold Rush Studio. Rodney sneered. Oh, piss off, Mickey. You're getting on my tits now. Pretending to be Jonathan Ross. Rodney, it really is Jonathan Ross. We need your help. Yeah, right, Rodney mocked. Suddenly, Dell's panicked voice echoed through the line. Rodney, no, it is Jonathan Ross. I'm on the telly. Rodney froze, the plastic sword clattering against his leg. Oh, my God. Hi, Jonathan. How are you? I'm just fine, Jonathan said, clearly amused. I've got Derek here, and he's on the precipice of winning 50,000 pounds. Rodney nearly dropped the phone. You're kidding. I'm deadly serious. But he's got a problem with a question, and he has chosen you as his savior. You have 20 seconds to answer. Hold on. Rodney interrupted, his inner Trotter surfacing. What's in this for me? I'll make sure you get a drink. You plonker. Just answer the question. Dell screamed from the studio. Listen carefully, Jonathan interjected. Which classical guitarist wrote the opera The Child and the Enchantment? Was it Ravel, Segovia, or Rodrigo? Rodney closed his eyes. His to GCE's one of which was an art flared in his mind. He visualized the names. He felt a surge of absolute, unshakable confidence. Ravel, Rodney said firmly. "How sure are you?" Jonathan asked. 100%. Ravel. In the studio, Dell exhaled a massive sigh of relief. "Good boy, Rotters. Take it away." "Dell, I'll go with that." "Jonathan, it's Ravel." "You know, Derek, you don't have to take his answer." Jonathan warned gently. "No, he knows what he's talking about. He's an intellectual. It's Ravel." The studio lights flickered. A low, ominous synthesized sound filled the room. Jonathan Ross looked at Dell with genuine pity. "Derek, that was the wrong answer. It was Segovia." The world seemed to stop spinning. Dell stared at the host, his mouth opening and closing like a landed fish. "What? No, no. Rodney said it was Ravel." "I know he did, Derek, but he was wrong. You've used up all your options. You've lost all your money. I'm afraid you're frozen out of the game." Dell didn't say a word. He didn't wave to the crowd. He simply turned, his camel hair coat suddenly looking heavy and cheap, and walked off the stage, disappearing into the dark wings of the studio, leaving his dreams of 50,000 pounds scattered on the brightly lit floor. Chapter 7: The Final Insult. It took Dell hours to return home. He had wandered the unfamiliar streets of the television studio district, nursing a cup of lukewarm tea bought with his last pound coin the consolation prize. When he finally pushed open the door to the flat, he looked a decade older. Raquel, Cassandra, and Rodney were sitting in the living room in grim silence. Rodney had taken off the gladiator tunic and was wearing a dressing gown, staring at the floor. "I could have sworn it was Ravel," Rodney whispered, breaking the silence. "And so could Cassandra, couldn't you?" Dell muttered bitterly, walking to the drinks cabinet and pouring a massive measure of cheap rum. "Well, you're both a pair of dipsticks, aren't you?" "I'm sorry, Dell," Rodney pleaded. "I really am." "You know," Dell said, his voice terrifyingly calm, "for the rest of my life, getting the question wrong in front of my family, my friends, well, the entire British nation, is going to be the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to me. Ravel. Everyone knows Ravel makes shoes." The heavy silence returned, suffocating them. They were exactly where they had started, broke, bankrupt, and facing eviction. Suddenly, the shrill ring of the telephone shattered the quiet. Rodney jumped. "I'll get it." He picked up the receiver. "Hello. Yes, he is. Can I ask who's calling, please?" Rodney's face went pale. He covered the mouthpiece and looked at Dell. "Dell, it's the producer of Gold Rush. He wants to talk to you." Dell groaned. "Oh, my God. What's he want? I bet it's about that podium I accidentally kicked over when I stormed off. I bet someone's damaged it now, haven't they? They're going to bill me for it." Resigned to his fate, Dell snatched the phone. "Hello. Yes, this is Derek Trotter. What? No.